Hey girl, my name is Destiny. I'm the founder and CEO of Des Alexis, the women's empowerment nail and beauty brand. I started in the beauty industry about 6 years ago as a nail technician and transitioned into selling my very own physical products. My brand empowers women to live their full potential and overcome those limiting beliefs that leaves us so stuck. This is more than just your average nail brand. We strive to motivate you through your entrepreneurial career with DIY tutorials, content creation, and empowering messages to uplift you and motivate you through your journey. So if you're ready to live your full potential, learn through content creation, DIY content, and be encouraged through empowering messages, then you're in the right place. Welcome to Des Alexis, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye. Hey nail babes, welcome to another nail tutorial. This tutorial is going to be a little bit different. I actually wanted to talk to you guys and uplift you guys about how my business got started, one, and then two, how God gave me my business to overcome my battle with depression, my battle with limiting beliefs, and help improve my mentality. So while we're going through the process of me doing this nail set, I actually was thinking about how much God has took me through a process myself and how he's brought me on the other side of some really hard challenges in my life. And if you find that you've been there, maybe you find yourself there currently, I just want to give you a little bit of encouragement to know that God is with you and that every season has its purpose. So regardless of what you're experiencing right now, although it may be tough, it may be hard, it may feel like there's never an end in sight to the things that we go through, just know that the very things that you've overcome in your past have led you to today. So I'm going to do this nail set, but I definitely want to give you guys a little bit of a deeper insight into my brand, into myself, and kind of just give you guys the background story. So let's consider this as a nail room chit chat or nail room talk. And some of you guys may follow me on Instagram. You might have initially saw my business with acrylic first, but this all started years ago. I initially attended beauty school. I obtained my licensing, but I really did that as an outlet because I was really going through a tough time in my life. I was battling depression. I was in a toxic relationship. I was just going through the motions at a young age, trying to figure out my life. And it left me in such a hard season of my life. I literally felt alone. I felt like I had no one. A lot of tears were cried and a lot of sleepless nights because I didn't know what my life was going to turn out into. And with depression, it pretty much just left me in a season of isolation, and it left me feeling like my life was completely over. While I was going to school, I was having a hard time finishing. I ended up dropping out. Then I ended up meeting my husband now a few months later, and he encouraged me to finish. And after finishing school, that's when my passion came back for nails itself. Fast forward, we eventually moved to where we are now, and I started taking clients full time. And my husband was like, look, I want you to build your business. And at the time, I was still working through a lot of emotions mentally. I was still overcoming those limiting beliefs and overcoming the doubt that I had in myself. And a lot of it was from things that I heard from other people, past relationships, past traumas, past situations that would make you feel like there's no point or that there's no hope for you in life. And so through this time, God was really working on me. He was working on my character. He was working on my mentality. And he was doing this by putting me in situations where I heard other people's stories. And while doing nail sets, I was talking to other women and just hearing all of the different things that we can experience in life. And so many times people are so uncomfortable to share those things. So many times people are afraid to be vulnerable. But the reason why I loved doing nails so much was because I got to see a glimpse into other people's lives, and it made me realize that my situation was not as bad as I thought, or it wasn't the worst situation like I thought it was. And it's not to say that what I was going through wasn't hard or that it wasn't traumatic to me, but it's to say that we all experience things. And the biggest thing that I learned was the fact that everyone needs community. Everyone needs someone that they can speak to and talk to and just vent to, pretty much feel like they're going to be okay. So that's where my love and passion came from with nails. It was initially an outlet for me, and it was a way for me to creatively express myself in a way that was positive rather than negative. So even in those dark times, it's important to realize that God is often planting seeds that may not be growing just yet, or you can't visibly see the growth. And that's such a true testament to what I went through and what I was experiencing. I was day in and day out going through the motions of building something I didn't even know was a business. I was taking clients and I was learning so much about myself in that time frame. It came to a point where I realized that my passion was more so in entrepreneurship, from a standpoint of actually building things, having products, and I had many plans to start, but I never actually took those steps. It came to a point where my husband and I, at the time, we were dating, we were engaged, and I ended up becoming pregnant, and I had a really tough pregnancy. And so what I started to think was my business and everything was on the line. I started to think that there was never going to be an outlet for me again. And I started to think that my life was going to change, and I didn't know if it was for the better or for the worse. Of course, I was happy about having a kid, having a baby, but I didn't even know what that entailed, honestly. I was so trapped up in the motion of just getting back healthier and going in and out of the hospital, in and out of the ER, in and out of the ICU. I was just dealing so much with my health at the time that my business was pretty much on the back burner. Once I eventually got the help that I needed and I started to get well, shortly after that, I decided to start the acrylic line. My husband and I sat down one day, and I had at this point really given up on the business. I was like, you know what? I'm content. I guess I'll just be a mom and I'll take care of my son, and I'll probably start working again and just see where that takes me. But my husband was like, look, you started this, you need to finish it. You need to get back into the entrepreneurship mode that you've been in before, and just don't give up on your dreams, pretty much, right? And so that's when we sat down, and literally it was the most purpose-filled time of my life, because at this point, the only products that I had sold online were nail tips, and I had great success with that. It was an actual crazy experience to know that I just found a product that I liked, that helped me at the time, and I started selling it online, and people literally went crazy over it. I didn't even look at myself as a business at the time. I just felt like I was selling things that I used for my clients and it could help other people. But again, once I had my son, once we really sat down and started building our product line from the standpoint of having acrylic, that's when I really started to feel like I was a business. And it was so fun. It was so purpose-filled. It made me feel very inspired, and that's a feeling that I could never let go of. So even though I had those tough seasons and I had the moments of depression, it was so crazy to see the 360 flip to where God was calling me to build a business and to pretty much not give up on my dreams regardless of my circumstances. And sure, I had a lot of things that were happening with my health and things like that. Prior to even becoming pregnant, my mentality and everything was just something that God was working through and working on with me. But I will say that the entire experience has made me such a better person, and it taught me that God will often push you through seasons and situations, not only to develop your character, but to develop your faith and your strength and your endurance in Him. This journey building my business has been such an inspiration to me and to so many other people, because a lot of people knew me for the girl who was depressed, knew me as the girl who was completely out of it all the time, just literally wearing all of her problems on her shoulders. Like, if you talk to me back then, years ago, I was so negative, My mindset was just so terrible because at the time I didn't see anything good happening in my life. The things that I was experiencing didn't make me feel worthy of even living life. And so to see people supporting my business over the years and having supported me by purchasing and just, using my products with their nail sets and taking clients and seeing my products in their videos, it's just such a great feeling. And it goes to show you that regardless of whatever you've been through, regardless of whatever you're experiencing currently, God can turn all of that around. And that's exactly what he did to me. I didn't have a plan for my life necessarily. I remember just thinking that this was something I enjoy doing. And so if I'm going to do anything in life, I want to do something that I love, something that makes me happy. And God eventually turned it into a business. And so I say all of that to say that at the time, I was going through really hard seasons in my life, but ultimately it was for God's greater glory to bring me out of it and bring me out of it victoriously. And so that's the same thing with you in your life. If you are experiencing hard times, if you're going through hard seasons, hard situations, know that it's just for a moment. And also know that God can turn that around so quick to the point where it will be something unrecognizable in your life. Your life will go from one way to another way so fast if you learn to lean in and trust God. And that's exactly what I had to learn how to do. And so as the years have gone on, as the years have gone by, my inspirations have just gotten deeper in my love for nails and love for entrepreneurship. And I recently started selling our Gel-X products, which I love so much. You guys know that is what my YouTube channel is literally surrounded around as of now, because it is just so convenient. It makes me so happy. And as a busy mom, it's so important for me to prioritize my self-care and prioritize it in the simplest form possible. And with Gel-X and having been able to create products for busy moms and nail techs and just women who maybe can't use acrylic because of the smell, or you're beginning your entrepreneurial journey and it's hard because you're working out of your parents' house. I understand all of those struggles, and I wanted to cater to not only the professional but the average woman as well. And so Gel-X is where my heart is at. It makes me so happy, and it honestly just makes my life so much easier as a busy mom. And it makes me just feel so purpose-filled even more, because I don't have to put aside my self-care or put aside loving myself or creatively expressing myself because of it taking too long. Literally, this product just allows me to do my own nails and cater to myself and have those nights where I just want to do a full set on myself and feel good. It gives me the opportunity to do that in such little time. And so adding that to the business just made sense. And where we go from here is completely up to God. But I will say, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your ideas and your aspirations, because God has built that inside of you for a reason. And whatever he wants you to do with that, he'll give you the opportunity to pursue it. But you have to move your feet. You have to walk in obedience, and you have to have faith. Ideas, he gave me vision, he gave me direction. This brand was never just about nails. It was about people, it was about healing, and it was always about encouragement. And I didn't know how to apply any of that before. I started to develop products, and the names that I used was something that was inspiring to me, or seasons of my life that made me feel impacted or chosen or purpose-filled. And everything that I do, from putting scriptures on top of our press-on boxes to encouraging captions to even these voiceovers that I'm starting now, is more about you feeling happy, you feeling loved, you feeling joy, you being uplifted and encouraged, rather than just nails itself. And of course, this could have easily just been another tutorial. It could have been another video of me telling you how to apply Gel-X properly, how to shape your nails, how to apply rubber base. I could have done all of that. And of course, I still do sometimes. But this video specifically was to give you that little bit of encouragement that you need. And although you probably clicked on this video thinking you were going to get another Gel-X tutorial step by step on how to apply Gel-X properly, this is not that. And some people may love it, other people may not. But if you are someone who feels like you need that extra encouragement, you need it to be uplifted today, something I said probably resonated with you, and that is literally my goal. Like, sometimes I wish I would have heard more people pouring into me as I was growing, as I was building, as I was rebuilding. But God didn't see it that way initially. God gave me my season, my testimony, my challenges for a reason. Same thing with you. And there may come a time where your voice is going to matter, and your voice always matters. But there may come a time where God is going to call you to use your voice to encourage, uplift, and inspire other people too. So with all of that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed watching nails while hearing me encourage you and uplift you. But that's just a background as to how I got started in entrepreneurship, and how in the lowest time of my life, the lowest season of my life, being depression, and having overcame that with God, that He used my story, He used my testimony, He used the things that I ran to for comfort, like doing nails on myself and like doing nails on other people, to actually build a business out of. And so I'm thankful for this as my ministry. I'm thankful for this as an opportunity to encourage you and uplift you, and also share the light of God with you. And I just want you to know that regardless of your circumstances, whatever you're going through and whatever you're experiencing, God is always there for you. He's right there with you. You just have to pray and lean into Him, because He's guiding you, and He's always going to be there to pick you up when you fall. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you were inspired. I hope that you were encouraged, and I hope that you were uplifted in this time. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey babe, don't forget to follow us over on Instagram, where we share more behind the scenes content of what it's like running our very own nail supply.